Yeah, Mandela L in the house, Aqua Ghana, Bitcoin ballin', bring it to you raw. Here we go. Bitcoin ballin', gonna chat callin', what you need, baby I got you. Bitcoin ballin', Aqua we all in, it's our time, no more sleeping. We ballin', Bitcoin ballin', we ballin'.
What's up?
Bitcoin ballin', gonna
Welcome
chat callin', what you need,
Sin City
baby I
Crypto.
got you.
I'm one of your co-hosts, David. We are coming at you live from our studio here in Sin City. Should be renamed to Windy City because it's windy like 4 days out of the week, and I freaking hate it. Anyways, before we get into the content, quick disclaimer, nothing that's said on this channel should be taken as financial advice, so please do your own research. With that being said, I want to send it over to my and your co-host, Big Rob. What's that?
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, the boring, the stale information, and we package it up in a fun and sexy way. And then here at Sin City Crypto, we don't just do the live streams. We also do the deep dives. If you haven't seen the deep dives, watch them. Just the live stream, though. Check out the deep dives. And then I'm going to need your assistance there, viewers. I need you to help me out. I call upon you to hit the like button. I ask of you to subscribe if you haven't done it already. And I'm going to say what the hell wrong with you if you haven't hit that notification bell. Thank you, David.
You dropped the ball.
I dropped the ball.
The first two are good. You should have said, I demand of you to ping the bell notification. I was waiting for it, but you messed up.
So,
Man, another win on Around the Blockchain, huh?
boy, speaks with conviction, man. You know, I stand tall when it comes to my my disgust for the metaverse. You give me a subject that irritates me, and your boy gonna be on straight fire.
You guys should have seen Robin 10 minutes before the thing. We were having issues with the sound speaker. And guess what? Guess what the issue was? Just had to unplug and replug the speaker back in.
You know the issue of this show is I just need to unplug your microphone, bro. My wife told me yesterday, she was like, David doesn't know how to take your jokes. She's like, every time you say a joke, he's all like,
Well, if they're funny, I'll laugh. If they're stupid, I'll make that stupid sound I make. So, yeah.
And I was laughing. I was like, babe, he's very sensitive. You got to understand.
I'm so sensitive.
Every time I crack a joke, it hits him hard. So, anyways,
I go home and I cry.
I bet
There's
you
a bag of tissue paper drenched in my tears from Robin's jokes. That's how sensitive I am.
That's right.
Anyways,
So,
Bitcoin's moving.
Bitcoin is pumping, baby. All right, taking a look at the chat here. Taking a look at the chat. Let's give some shout outs. Let's send some love. You think we'll hit 30 people today? You think we'll get 30 people in the chat? We haven't opened up the club since what was it, like 2 weeks now almost?
Yeah.
Week and a half? All right.
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right. Taking a look at the chat. Chef Murder first in the chat. Congratulations there, Chef. Hola. Will. Brokioshi. We got Marky Mark. Sean. Why You Loud. And Tiffany. Daniel. AZ. And Stereo on the ones and twos and in the chat. And yeah. That's what we got. That's our roll call.
Yeah.
We'll call it roll call from now on.
How many likes we have?
Where are we at on the likes? Let me take a look at my my YouTube page
13
here.
likes. All right, we're good.
13 likes?
We Gucci.
We Gucci?
Gucci. A lot of news to talk about today.
Oh, yeah?
Kraken. Solana apparently is making some changes. And then you have Algorand, who was on our title and thumbnail. Big partnership with one of the most recognized brands in the world.
So, are we covering the Crypto.com article?
Yes,
We're covering it again?
Yep.
Crypto.com?
Well, it's an updated article.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because we had a bounce back on Crypto.com. And they were issuing out emails. They were trying to plug up all the holes in the ship because it was sinking fast. That's right.
Well, it's up 5% today.
I got it up 8% on my crypto bubbles.
refresh them bubbles.
Can you blow bubbles? Your boy, I could blow
Like
bubbles.
spit bubbles or saliva bubbles?
Yeah,
gum
where
bubbles.
You like have the bubble just a spit bubble and it just like floats around. Please don't. Please stop.
Ask and you shall receive, my friend.
All right. Anyways,
Go ahead, Robin.
let's get this show started.
Start it up.
And then make sure y'all drop in the chat any projects you want us to discuss. TA will be done at the end of the show, in case you didn't know. But your personal sentiment, the vibes, will be done in the beginning of the show. Now, what's the vibes for Bitcoin? $38,238.87. We're at a key level. You know what the level is? It's not 38.2. It's 38. And so, there's a lot of buzz going on. If this thing loses 38, if this floor falls through, where do you think it's going? Do you think it's just going to hang out at 37, or do you think it's going to keep moving down?
I think it'll hang out at 37.
You think it'll hang out at 37? I don't think so. I think people see it hit 37. It's going to be pandemonium. People are going to be selling. They're going to be at the pawn shop trading in their Bitcoin, bro. I'm telling you, this thing's going down to 32,000.
It also depends on whether the Fed rate hike is going to be 50 or 75 basis
It's already going to be 50, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 50 is baked into the
Take a
prices.
look at this. Look at
50
this.
is baked in, but they're talking about maybe doing 75. If it goes 75, then Bitcoin will drop to 30.
It's not going to go 75. Take a look at this right here. So look at this article. Wall Street is largely expecting the central bank to raise by 50 basis points this week. Now, some investors believe... why does it keep changing to this ugly orange, bro? Get out of here.
The Bitcoin orange.
Bitcoin ain't that burnt orange. All right, now.
Look who's in the chat.
Who we got up in here? Algosaurus is back.
He said, I saw Algo in the title. I had to be here. I love it, man.
We had to fish Algosaurus out of the
water, the depths of the sea.
I hadn't seen him in a while.
Is Algosaurus a sea creature or a land creature?
Matter of fact, where the hell is DFib at?
He was here yesterday. This is a weekly appearance.
All right.
So get some Robin love.
Now, also in this same little article here, you can't think of a worse environment than we are right now for financial assets. Clearly, you don't want to own bonds or stocks.
That Paul Tudor Jones?
Yes, it is. Yeah, he was on CNBC's Squawk Box. And
if you remember what he said last October, he believes crypto to be a better hedge against inflation than gold. So this is one of the most well-respected people on Wall Street.
We got Nordy up in here. Guess who just popped up? My boy D-Fib. I'd like to stop the show right now. Right now. D-Fib, what's up, my bro? Look at David. He's so jealous. All right, so...
I'm just going to create a new chat name, DFib2, and see if I can get some love from Robin.
All right, now...
DFib V2.
Taking a look, Ethereum 2800. We got XRP 60 cents. You think it's a good buy?
So apparently, and I caught this from Wendy O. She did a little YouTube short. I didn't see an article on it, but apparently XRP lawyers are trying to get the court to approve employee record investments from employees because they believe SEC employees are holding XRP. So, should be interesting. Like a soap opera with this thing. XRP, SEC, days of our lives in the crypto sphere.
I don't necessarily care so much for XRP. Our producer here is wearing the XRP hat.
Huge.
Yeah, I'm not a big XRP guy. Here's the thing. That thing is going to pump, though. But this is a landmark case. It's going to basically
set the precedent.
Yeah, it's going to set the precedent. It's going to set the direction for where we're going and how regulation is going to fit into all that. And so,
and the future of the SEC mingling into the crypto space.
So, at this point, at the length of the case, I don't know if it's going to settle anymore. Seems like they're going to drag this thing out, right? I mean, at this point, if you're XRP...
If it would have already settled.
Yeah, if it's your XRP at this point, you're like, you know what? I'm not saying... Settlement's still on the table. It's got to have some likelihood. But at the same time, it's probably not it's probably not more like it's more likely that it's going to end through a decision by the courts, more than likely. Settlement's still on the table, but now what that means is you have a government branch basically suing XRP and basically saying, hey, you're not allowed to trade it. They're suing Ripple Labs. They're saying, hey, you're not allowed to trade XRP. It's illegal. And if XRP wins this thing, they can't do that anymore. Because through the whole process, you can always reference other court cases. So you can always go back to this and be like, so if the next up, say next up is Cardano. I mean, there's not much different as far as the launch between Cardano. And you can do this amongst a bunch of chains. I'm not saying that Cardano is any like less likely. It's just XRP. So Brad Garlinghouse has famously said that he's blah 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 our investors. That's where he messed up. And so that he referred to the token holders as investors. Basically, is him acknowledging that they're holding equity or a share of the company, which and then basically is the definition of a security. And so for that reason, with those verbiage is kind of why we're in assumption that they're in the hot water. So if they win the court case, they can't really do that anymore.
You can't use words like dividend, investor, stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's why there's so much in like yield as well, like because it's pretty much dividends. So anyways, yeah, if they win the court case, bro, then it basically opens the door for the exact blueprint that XRP or Ripple Labs had for their rollout. That means the model that you have for ICOs moving forward will not be in question anymore.
Not only that, but
if the
a
opposite
blueprint of how to fight the SEC in court.
Oh man, but if the opposite happens, if Ripple
no
Labs were to lose a court case and their assets deemed a security, then dude, everybody gonna be putting their head down, man. I'm telling you.
There would be a massive sell-off in crypto. Yeah. Like you'll see a $12,000 Bitcoin.
But on the positive side, XRP or Ripple Labs seems that they're putting up a good fight. Seems like they're going to win the lawsuit. There's I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but lots of litigation that is leaning towards the Ripple Labs side as far as what looks good in court. The former SEC commissioner says, hey, it looks like they're going to win the thing. So anyways, that's that. Looking at the price chart though, while we're on it, I mean, everything's down, so it's not anything crazy here, but a lot of these pumps that you get from XRP have come from favorable news in the court case decisions, like the judge saying, oh, this is permissible or, whatever. So anyways, I can still see $3, $4, $5 XRP when this court case settles. So great short-term bet.
Calling for an $80 XRP right now.
Get out of here, man. Unplug his mic.
JK.
All right. And then, anyways, so moving on.
Me. I said 80. I was kidding, though. I was kidding.
All right. So taking a look at
excited.
Taking a look at the crypto bubbles. We got Algorand up 15%. We got some breaking partnership news. I would say I wouldn't spoil it, but I think our thumbnail did. So they have partnered with FIFA, the largest sporting brand out there, or league, I guess. Helium up 10%.
Look, all that hate on Tron, and they're up 11%.
Yeah, look at that Tron. Look at that bubble, bro. Tron is up.
It's a bubble that's going to burst.
Are you gonna FOMO into
Hell
Tron?
No. I have a little bit of Tron I bought years ago. I just kept it.
A little bounce back or retracement from crypto.com. As we mentioned, we'll discuss their damage control that they've got going on right now. And then Phantom up 6% and Curve Finance up 9%.
Hey,
so
Arweave is a project to look for. Arweave does data store, kind of like Filecoin, but better. And for the layer ones that have issues with memory and storing data Arweave is a way for them to expand their network without increasing the block size. Because increasing block size, especially on proof of work protocols, is not a good idea. And so a second option would be using something like Arweave to store all your data. So watch out for that. Arweave. It's just not very liquid as far as being on any major exchanges. I should do a deep dive on Arweave. I think that will be my next one. I think Arweave. We're doing Cardano. We're filming Cardano today. And so tomorrow you'll have Rune. Following week you'll have Cardano. The week after you'll either have BAT or I'll do Arweave. We'll see.
Okay. And then where are we at for the month? Everything's down for the month. Look at that.
Not Stephen Curry.
ApeCoin's still up 15%. All right, and then taking a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we're sitting at 27, so kind of in the same spot. We haven't had too much movement. I've been trading in a channel between, what is it, high 39s, 40 something. So I think the longer we bounce around there, the more we'll kind of just stay stagnant and everything. Volume has been pretty level across. The volume hasn't shot up or down lately. Neither has the Fear and Greed Index, and so yeah.
Does this allow you to see a year ago?
Yeah. So here we have 1 year.
Yeah.
So
where are we at?
May 2021.
That's 7.
So we had the remember November was the big run up. That was all time highs here.
October, November.
Yeah, so we were sitting at 85 on the greed scale. So if you follow the greed Fear and Greed Index,
I wish you could plot the price of Bitcoin on this chart. That'd be cool to see the correlation.
Well, I mean, you kind of can, I guess. I mean, here if you just take the two, I'm going to the 1 year chart, and then let me take the. There we go. There we go. And then pull this up. You like my ranging?
Yeah, it's a.
There's probably an app that does this better than me, but as you can see here on the 1 year. Yeah. So here you have the double peak here back in October, November. And this was, and you can get the vibe here. Look how much this, so in comparison speaking, you went from 60,000, 65,000, we dropped down to 58. And during this time, we went from 65 to 58. You can see in this 3-week window, there was a ton of fear. So people were extremely uncertain. So, I mean, people were freaking out, but the price was holding steady. And then in turn, the price didn't dump. It just kind of reconsolidated for just a few weeks, and then everyone got back greedy. This was basically like, is this the top? Is this the top? It's the top. It's the top. Oh, it's not the top. All right, buy. And then boom, then the bottom fell out. And then we've been trading down here for a while. And so as you can see with the prices, I mean, here, January 23rd, like, look at this. The prices are down, and these are the best times to buy. I mean, January 23rd, you were getting $35,000 Bitcoin. And so that was when it's sub 20 on the index. So if you're looking at dollar cost average enter, you're just trying to look at buying the dips. I mean, just literally just buy every time the index drops down under
25.
Yeah, under 25, or even under when it gets under 20. I mean, these are just great times to buy, man. And so, yeah, there you go. All right. Taking a look at the traditional stock market, we got NASDAQ up 70 points. And so NASDAQ's bouncing back. NASDAQ's been taking some L's lately, man. And so up 70 points for today, but down huge. Down, was it 13% for the month, last month, and then even looking at the 5-day, not too bad. Kind of regained on the 5-day, but Definitely a lot of losses here. We discussed NASDAQ if you're new here because it's the most correlated index fund out of Wall Street that kind of pushes and nudges the investors in crypto. So anyways, now that is all that I got there, David.
Wow. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, let's move on. Let's get into our next segment. The hot take.
That's hot.
So, I mentioned Kraken. So, Kraken plans to roll out an NFT marketplace. Coinbase has an NFT marketplace. You have LooksRare. So, my question in the hot take is OpenSea done for? Are they as good as gone? High fees, not really a user-friendly interface, terrible support. Robin, I'll throw it to you first.
No, I'm going to compare OpenSea to a dear franchise of mine called Radio Shack. Radio Shack in the 90s was the go-to for electronics. You needed something audio, visual, you needed a camcorder, CD, electronics. There was no Best Buy. You had Kmart. Their inventory was lackluster. And so if you had anything professional in the electronics section, or if you were just a nerd and you wanted to geek out with some cool electronics, you went to Radio Shack. Let me tell you something about Radio Shack. Small, tiny. Not a very good, not very well thought out as far as the retail space. Customer service, absolutely atrocious. If you would have walked into a Radio Shack in the 90s, you'd have a slightly overweight guy that had a bad attitude that didn't want to talk to you, and he would just point to you in a direction if he had time, because normally he's explaining camera equipment to somebody and just ignoring everybody else. And so with that said, they pooped on their morals. They pooped on the aesthetics of the store. They pooped on the customer service, and in doing so, they slowly dwindled away and for favor of the big box retail known as Best Buy. And there's going to be a big player that comes in that is all fancy with bells and whistles, with ease of use, maybe something simple interface like Coinbase, and somebody with a lot of capital that's somebody that injects customer service and puts it at the forefront, puts the customers first.
I know you didn't just say Coinbase and customer service.
Shut it.
Sentence.
So I'm just saying that somebody's going to do it better because people are getting frustrated. And if you don't take care of your customers, you are going to die a slow death. And that's what's going to happen. Mark my words. We're going to look back and be like, remember when OpenSea was like the dominant player? Remember that? Remember when everybody traded on OpenSea? Ha! No more.
Let me ask you this
No
question.
longer.
Do you believe in the first mover advantage? Yes, you do. The answer is yes. Yes, you do.
Yes,
Yes, you
but
do.
you can see first mover advantages that don't move a second move. They get left behind, bro.
Nobody. First mover advantage. OpenSea is not done for. First of all,
Toast.
they're not done for. First of all, you have first mover advantage. Second of all, you have something people are already comfortable using. Now, it's not perfect, but I think what OpenSea is going to do is they're going to look at what is Coinbase implementing? What is Kraken implementing? What is LooksRare implementing? And they will slowly start to implement those same features on their platform. You have people that are die-hard, I hate centralized exchanges. Do you really think they're going to start buying and selling and minting their NFTs on Coinbase or on Kraken or on Binance or whatever other centralized exchange decides to do NFT marketplace? The biggest competitor was LooksRare, and they still haven't overtaken OpenSea. So OpenSea is not done for. They're not perfect, but you got first mover advantage. It's essentially decentralized. It's a decentralized way to buy and sell NFTs. If they will allow a minting service on there, if they'll implement some of the cool things, if they take the good things Coinbase is doing and Kraken plans on doing and what LooksRare is doing, and maybe offer NFT staking or rewards or something, then OpenSea will continue to separate itself from the rest of the competition. So the answer to this question
Let me tell you
is
a story about first mover advantage.
crack my finger.
Tell you a story about first mover advantage. Back in the internet days, you're a little younger than I am. Let me tell you. when the internet first came out and the horizon came
What's
across,
up with this voice today?
and
What are you, fucking Edgar Allan Poe?
all right. So
Seriously, bro. This isn't a kid's story channel.
okay.
I was once.
There
looking
was
at the sky.
there was once a time through the blistering cold I opened my eyes. so when the internet first was coming to fruition, their first mover for internet searches, your search engine was web crawler, bro. That was it. You know what? There's somebody that did not adjust. It was web crawler. And you know what? Man, that thing could have been Google, bro. There's no reason web crawler could have been Google, but they didn't. They didn't invest in the customer base. They didn't invest in their interface. They didn't grow with the market. And Google was like, "Hey, we got this." There was other players that tried to step. Ask Jeeves is another one that they
Ask Jeeves.
there was Yahoo.
moly.
Yahoo.
What a blast
Yahoo
from the past.
didn't disappear, but obviously nobody's using the Yahoo search engine. Yahoo kind of pivoted and went over to more news based and articles and other things. But essentially, AOL was pretty big as well, and so that's where the market starts in a certain sector. But if you don't keep up, bro, if you don't sprint, you're gonna get passed. You know what? You might have a head start right now, OpenSea, but if you let off the gas, other people are gonna pass you. And I'm telling you, their track record right now, they're not looking good, bro. They're not looking good. That's all I got.
Ask Jeeves. Man, you brought some memories back.
You know, speaking of AOL, your boy was I didn't have a lot of funding
Here we
back
go.
in the day. I didn't have my crypto portfolio. I didn't have my exchanges. So what I was doing was I would go to other people's mailboxes or my friend's house or something, and then I'd find out that they'd get those AOL CDs or little discs. Get you like 30 hours of AOL. So you couldn't get on the internet because my parents were like, I ain't paying. It was like $20. $20 back in the day. 2000. That was a no-go. You know what I mean? So, for me, I want a connectivity to the internet. I got to go get the AOL CDs from first it started as a floppy disk, but then you would go get the CDs. But I would go to my friend's house and be like, hey man,
Do you
what
realize
you doing with that disc?
1990 was 30 years ago?
You're really
Shit.
really good at math.
My God, time just flies. Holy
I feel
moly.
like I've had heartburn since 1990.
If
Never
you don't
left.
mind, if the chat, if you guys don't mind, throw your age in the group. If you don't mind,
What are you doing? Stop it.
I'm
Stop it.
curious.
Get out of here, man.
I'm curious. I'm curious.
What are you gonna show your feet next? Get out of here, man. It's inappropriate. Let's
If
go.
if you're a 1990s or 80s baby, put a 1 in the chat. So just curious.
Yeah, and then let's see what gender do you guys identify with? Let's
That
also,
stuff I don't care about.
Let's also like get out of here, man.
What gender do you identify with? The hell's wrong with you? That's a hot topic subject you can't talk about.
Yeah. You literally you're gonna drop that one line. That's it. You can't expand on that theory. All right. Anyways.
Yeah. All right. let's go ahead and get into our very next segment. The talking points. All right. So first article we're going to talk about is Algorand. So Algorand price up 15% after deal with FIFA. The price of Algorand's native currency, Algo, spiked after the blockchain revealed it would be a sponsor of FIFA and help the organization develop its digital asset strategy. So it's not just like a crypto.com thing where it's just marketing and, hey, we're just going to give your people money or we just want our name all over your soccer balls. No, they're actually going to be helping FIFA come into the age of digital currency and crypto. Algorand will become the official blockchain platform of FIFA and provide an official blockchain-supported wallet solution, company said in a Monday statement. It will be a FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 regional supporter in North America and Europe, and a FIFA Women's World Cup Australia and New Zealand 2023 official sponsor. FIFA will offer advertising, media exposure, and promotional opportunities to Algorand, while the blockchain will assist FIFA in exploring ways to delve deeper into digital assets. This is a quote from Algorand's founder, Mr. Silvio Micali. This partnership with FIFA, the most globally recognized and distinguished organization in sports, will showcase the potential that the Algorand blockchain has to transform the way we all experience the world's game. So, Robin, big, huge, or not really news?
Oh, that's a giant, man. I mean, you have the largest, what is it? Federation? Is that what they're called? It's federation, right? I don't know. Yeah. So the largest sports, the largest sports league, they call it federation overseas. But, anyways, the magnitude of FIFA is absolutely gigantic, and the fact that it's not just a simple partnership with logos, like you said, and it goes far beyond that, and it's they're facilitating, or they're leveraging Algorand as the service to integrate blockchain services top to bottom throughout their entire business model.
This is
huge.
Algorand's vision, is to cater to the businesses and the large enterprises.
Yeah.
This fits right into their business plan.
100%. Algorand is working a lot with institutions, and they're also working with the government states. As for like they're big into CBDCs, or at least facilitating. They run the chain that powers the Jamaican stablecoin, and supposedly, if the U.S. were to use a private sector's blockchain, it's kind of the consensus that Algorand would be the front runner, or they're the favorite at the moment.
Well, I think. Okay, so what do you think about Hedera? I think Hedera and Algorand are, like, in my opinion, pretty close.
Hedera's definitely. I haven't heard too much nation states government buzz around Hedera, although they are all in on big partnerships.
And the fact that and the fact that Hedera's consensus is patent protected, their Hashgraph consensus, that might be something that large enterprises like, or the government likes. Who knows? We'll see. But I think really good
transparency is good for governments, because they got to go in a partnership. They don't want any you know what I mean? They don't want anything. They want everything. Everything's got to be on the table if you're going to go with a government. They don't want any surprises. Not to say that an institution doesn't, but the fact that you can close doors, talk to an institution and be like, hey, guys, this is what we're going to do. This is something that we offer for you that, other blockchains can't. And I think that is a big bargaining chip. So back to Algorand, though. Now, not surprising that FIFA is moving first, because there is first of all, overseas has a little bit more adoption of crypto. Not as far as investing. Not, here in the US, we have a ton of people that are looking to invest in a portfolio. But in Europe particularly, I feel like there's a lot more interest in using cryptocurrency in the way that it's designed. And that's why you see all of these social tokens going on with the Premier Leagues. Manchester United and some of the other leagues, they're getting in on crypto as far as integrating it, not just a money grab, right? And so not surprised to see FIFA rolling out the blockchain, because there's obviously a demand for it. You see the top clubs are using it. And so if there's a demand for it, FIFA, they don't get it twisted. If boys at FIFA, they like taking some deals. They like making some money. I mean, the World Cup is going to be in Qatar. Like, first of all, nobody even knew what Qatar was until they signed the FIFA deal. Everybody's like, who? At least I was. I mean, I had heard of Qatar before, but it was an afterthought. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, hold on. How the hell Qatar get the World Cup? And anyways, there was so many backdoor deals on that agreement. Like that, I could do a whole show. Your boy's passionate about FIFA, especially World Cup. Now I could go on to this whole thing. Let me tell you, there was so many backdoor deals. So many people got fired. People got sued.
Commissioner of FIFA get fired for taking money on the
side? Dude, it's like a rotating door, bro. They just one comes in, the next one
So
next
what's more
in line.
corrupted, FIFA or the U.S. government?
Oh, FIFA by a mile, bro.
Wow.
By a mile, bro. And now, I'm not saying that there's a lack of corruption here in the U.S., but I'm just telling you, like you want like mob style, bro. Like I'm telling you, FIFA. I mean, Rocco. You're from Italy, man. And what's your vibe, man?
Well, I guess the government from the U.S. goes to Europe, train at the FIFA, and then come back over here.
That's right. They send in their best politicians. The ones that are coming out of like the military academy. They're coming out of military academy like you sir, you have promise. They're like your first.
Go learn how to be corrupt and come back to us.
Go over. Go. You're gonna intern in FIFA. You're gonna be there for 8 months. You're gonna come back, and you're gonna come back.
The biggest piece of crap you've ever seen. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I think this is definitely like Robin said. FIFA is a very well recognized brand. Everyone knows FIFA. Soccer is the world's most popular sport, and so when you have crypto at the forefront in their marketing, in actually bringing a company or a brand like FIFA into the digital world, into the crypto world, it's not only going to benefit Algorand, but it'll benefit the entire crypto space as a whole. It's just going to take a little time. I know the coin pumped in the short term, and I'm going to do some TA on Algorand later, but I would expect it to come.
Here's a question I propose to you. Now, FIFA is not an organization that is run here in the U.S., okay?
Okay.
And they have very little footprint here in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's all overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yeah,
they are pretty much free to launch their own token and not worry about the SEC. Do you see? Do you see?
Be careful, my friend.
Do you see?
Gary Gensler.
It doesn't matter.
They're
not a publicly traded company. He
knows no boundaries.
They do very little. I don't want to say work because they do work with the U.S. a lot, but their business model isn't leveraged off the U.S. Put it that way. And so, with that said, what's to stop FIFA from launching a FIFA token and using that token as the social token? Almost as the stable coin for all of the clubs that they represent and nation states.
I don't think that can happen.
Why not? I'm just saying, like they're free. They're not. They don't have the SEC breathing down their neck. So I'm just saying that theoretically, and they like their money and they like their deals. And you know what? You know what's a fast money grab? Launching your own token. Hello, ApeCoin.
That was not a money grab.
Literally definition of money grab.
They literally gave money to.
They rolled out a ApeCoin, and then the next week we're like, oh yeah, we got land too. And like, get out of here, man.
All right, let's move on. So Solana yesterday, news came out that it had crashed over the weekend, and well, guess what? Apparently, the developers are making some changes. The Solana network faced its 7th outage on Saturday, resulting in a downtime of over 7 hours. The developer team has released an outage report along with 3 key mitigation steps to make the network more stable. Validators ran out of data memory, leading to a loss of consensus among them. Got to the point where people in the Solana Discord were pinging the developers to wake up.
It's going to be so much. So instead of doing an outage report, I feel like they should do a it's working report. Like, guess what, guys?
It's working.
It's working.
Tyrone said, the token sang, the lion sleeps tonight. You wouldn't get it, Robin, because you don't have a good sense of humor. The first major step is to move from its current data transfer protocol called Datagram Protocol, or UDP, to a Google-developed Quick UDP internet connection labeled Quick. Quick offers fast asynchronous communications like UDP, but with sessions and flow control like transmission control protocol. Second key step is the integration of stake-weighted transaction processing instead of its current first-come, first-served basis. The developers claimed a stake-weighted transaction processing along with the Quick would be more robust. And the third mitigation, was been talked about over the weekend and yesterday, is to introduce a fee-based execution priority where users would have the option to add an additional fee on top of the base fee. The fee prioritization is set for the V1.11 release. So kind of like with Ethereum, but essentially this is going to be used to negate the bots who are just flooding the network with invalid transactions and causing them to shut down.
Do you think the IT guy is telling the node operators, like, okay, guys, unplug Solana for 6 hours and then plug it back in to reboot the network?
Probably. Yeah. We don't know. Apart from the Solana network outage, an even bigger controversy was the beta cluster restart instructions reportedly issued by validator operators. The said instructions asked validators to block NFT minting bots manually at the layer 1 layer. However, Solana's head of communications, Austin Federa, said that the majority of validators kept their distance from censoring. So this was an issue, and someone tweeted, catastrophically terrible sign for the entire ecosystem that a validator would suggest blocking certain types of transactions. Why? Beyond the fact that playing whack-a-mole won't work, it sets precedents around censorship at layer 1. So a lot of people were up in arms about this. So Solana is an absolute crap show, right? I'm trying to work on my cursing. Solana is an absolute crap show right now. I'm going to say it. They're a shit show. They're a shit show, and I don't know when it's going to be fixed.
He goes from not using it to doubling down. He's like,
I know, because
I'm saying it 3 times.
It just won't. It doesn't come off as authentic. It doesn't come off as important. It's a shit show. And these 3 mitigation steps, could they fix the overall issue of the network? I don't know. Time will tell. Robin? Dude, this is Sean is hilarious. Bro. Sean is funny. He said, I'm glad Solana is finally getting some top-notch tech help from Best Buy's Geek Squad.
Dude, I feel like if you just learned how to turn on a computer and you have watched a couple YouTube videos on tech support, you're like, that's the guy that works at Geek Squad. And then at the same time, the people that have real skills that that really know computers, they work at those smaller, the ones that's computer repair, PC phone repair. Anyways, what was the article? Oh yeah, Solana, man, what are y'all doing? Telling you, bro. I said it yesterday. Man. They're gonna bleed themselves right out of this market, and they're gonna be the next Tron. I mean, where are they at on the market cap list?
Solana?
Weren't they number 4 or something at one point?
They got all the way up to number 4. Yeah. They're at 7.
And where?
7. Yeah, but they're only 500 million away from XRP taking over the number 6 spot.
Okay, I mean, who do you think is going to have more long-term success, Terra Luna or Solana?
Terra Luna.
There you go. Who's going to have more long-term success, Solana or Cardano?
Cardano. See,
that's what I'm saying, man. And so you just keep making the case. Okay, what about who do you think is going to be who's going to have a bigger market cap, Doge or Solana 3 years from now?
Doge, baby.
Yeah. Dang.
That
Mars currency right here, bro. Look at that, man. You know what? And as much as I hate on Doge, I'm actually in the same camp as you guys are. I think the Solana is going to drop from where it is. And so
I just need the price to recover a little bit so I can sell my bag.
Oh, you're still holding it? Oh,
I'm not going to sell.
Sorry.
I bought it at 95 and I was looking at a chart, and this is why technical analysis isn't always 100%. That everything said buy.
Yeah, technical analysis is great, but it doesn't matter. If all of a sudden the network goes down 7 times, exactly. Then
7 times. 7 is a lucky number though. So
did you ever hear about Did you ever hear about my time at the craps table? Your boy rolled 77 sevens in a row, bro. A straight up bankroll, baby. Let's go. Woo!
Okay.
Will you play craps with me at the craps table one of these days?
I will.
Yeah.
Yes. We should film it. We have a mobile studio.
What if we announce all of our bets in Bitcoin? Like
500,000 Satoshis. Like, what, sir? Are you high? What the hell is a Satoshi? So Robin, do you think, so out of these 3 key steps, right, what they're trying to do to fix it, which one is the most important? Is it moving their data transfer protocol to a Google one? Is it the stake-weighted transaction processing, or is it the fee-based execution priority? Which one do you think?
So the options are become extremely more centralized. Go to Google, right? They're basically like, hey man, this thing is broke. Let's get the most centralized company out there and have them help us out. And then what was option 2?
Option 2 was the stake-weighted transaction processing. Instead of first come, first serve.
That's the logical step. I mean, like as far as
the more you have stake,
that's the logical one. But the one that would immediately fix the problem would be the last. Right? Yeah. But then at that point, you're basically taxing everybody to right. So I mean, it's minute. It's minute. But yeah, you're basically taxing everybody. So now instead of the transactions are free, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
So now everybody has to pay for transactions.
Here's the thing, though, man.
But it's only pennies, so.
I know, but I don't know. I'm like, why? Like, I get it. You're still in beta, but like, this shouldn't happen.
But here's the thing: you can't do it on Ethereum because it costs $30 a transaction. So. I mean, if you compare it to that, Ethereum obviously is not going to get attacked by 40,000 trades, because you're going to be just burned to death by gas fees. And so, that's one of the differentiating aspects between a pricier chain and a cheaper chain. It's easier to attack the network. And so, I mean, maybe that's just the natural course. Maybe you do got to pay those fees, man.
So how come the banks? How come it doesn't happen on Cardano?
Here's the thing, man. The banks, they keep charging you those. They charge you those overdraft fees. The banks charge you those overdraft fees.
How come it doesn't happen?
Which is damn robbery, by the way.
How come it doesn't happen on BNB then?
I don't know. But
or Avalanche.
It's robbery what the banks do with those overdraft fees. But you know what? It does keep you conscious. It does keep you from liquidating your bank account, right? So I mean. There's something to it. You know what? I just got an airdrop from Bank of America. They sent me
airdrop.
They sent me a check and said there was some clinical error, blah blah blah, some group payout.
60 cents.
It was $25.
Wow.
I literally looked at my wife. I was like, "Hey, babe, guess what? I got airdrop." She's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Bank of America sent me $25." But you know what's funny is that an airdrop. And the technology this is how you know technology in the financial system is lagging. Is that first of all, I bank with Bank of America. I have a Bank of America account, and Bank of America sends me a check that I have to deposit into Bank of America. Like, why wouldn't you just deposit it into my account? You got no problem.
You don't cash.
They have no problem auto deducting my $25 fee for overdrafting right out of my bank account. It's not like they send me an invoice and like, hey, you owe us $25. But when they decide to pay me $25, they send me a check, which in turn I got to go and deposit. Like, what are you doing, man? You got control of the system. Just put it in my damn bank account. Stop mailing me checks. Thank you. But you can still mail me checks. I'll take free money.
You know, there's a website, Unclaimed Property. I one time found my dad like $1,500, just money sitting at the state. I'll show you how to do it when we get off. Seriously. Okay. My mom, I found her $200. I found my wife like $100, and she went and spent it. So let's move on. We mentioned Crypto.com and how they're backpedaling. Well, here it is. After massive community backlash, Crypto.com will revise recent reward staking changes. Chris Marszalek, I don't know, CEO of the digital asset exchange Crypto.com, said the community did not welcome the company's decision to cut rewards. No way. They didn't like that? Are you kidding? How would they have known? Guys, we got to be fair. How in the world would they have known that you wouldn't be happy by going from 8% to 0% rewards? Give them a break, guys. God, inconsiderate people you are. As such, the platform will revise the reward system to find an appropriate solution. The crypto exchange made an important announcement yesterday informing it will cut down Chronos rewards on card usage. In addition, the company noted that its monthly bonuses for the lower tier cards will be capped between $25 and $50. The update caused a significant backlash from the community as many users said these changes will make them move to another exchange. And their decision also harmed the Chronos token. And let's go read a tweet from the man, Marzazalazadlik. This is a direct from his Twitter. The community has been really vocal with regards to the changes to the card program announced yesterday. We care deeply about the community. We hear you and always listen to you. As a result, we're revising card staking rates. And here it is. Instead of eliminating, here, I'll just make this bigger. Instead of eliminating card staking earn rates completely, we will offer a more balanced approach. 8% APY for private members, which includes Obsidian, Icy White, and Frosted Rose Gold, and 4% for Royal Indigo and Jade green card holders. So the two lower ones are still effed. But at least if you're still willing to stake $100,000 worth of Crow, you can still earn 4%.
So here's the thing. Like, I'm sure the SEC was like, hey, man, good job, guys. Yeah, we were about to sue your ass. And then today they wake up, they're like, oh, huh.
Okay, do you think it's more the SEC or do you think it's more the climate of the market?
Oh, SEC all day. Here's the thing. You can always ratchet down the rewards. And you know what? I'm sure in a board meeting of sort, Crypto.com sitting there and they're like, hey, this interest in the staking right now, our volume's down tremendously. We're not making as much money. We're hemorrhaging money because of our promises that we gave for rewards from when we were in a bull market. So many people signed up, locked in, got the cards, and now we're stuck paying out of our treasury basically. And you know what? It's probably not a bad idea to ratchet it down. And so why come out and be like, hey guys, I know you guys locked up your tokens long term because we told you needed to, but we're going to lower the fees. So why not just completely remove it and be like, well, it's SEC, whatever. But I think they were underestimated the community's backlash, which, as you mentioned, like,
how do you underestimate that? What do you expect? What do you expect? People to just say, "Oh, that's okay."
It's the but here's the thing, like, God, what people are okay, like in the business model, that is how you bring value to your token, right? I mean, if you kind of rewind what happened here,
if Chronos was operational and people were using it, then I would say it's not that big of a deal. But what other reason would you have to hold the Crow token?
The Crow token, the chain Chronos will not pump until there's a bull market. In the same way that the Binance Smart Chain came out during a bear market and it was, Binance was at fucking $20. Cheap, dirt cheap. And nobody was using it.
Talking about BNB?
Yeah, before the bull market. And so if Chronos becomes a thing, which I don't even think it is.
I think it will.
I could see it. I could see it becoming a thing, but at the same time, like, it's a saturation for layer one smart chains. So why would you choose to use, okay, here's the thing. Why do you use Coinbase, or why do you use Crypto.com versus Coinbase? Because they have different tokens that are on there.
More tokens.
Yes, exactly. So there's a reason why you would go with that product. But now the same mentality, why would you use the Chronos chain versus a different one? And right now, you can say that
about everything. You can say, why do you use Avalanche?
I think the top projects all have, you can go down the list. You can start with a Bitcoin, just go down the list. Each one of these top projects have something very unique that they do something better than everybody else does.
What is Solana's uniqueness, or what do they do better?
They're speed. Their speed.
Yeah, they're so fast.
No,
so fast that shutting off.
No, I'm not advocating for Solana, but I'm just saying that the reason they have a giant community, but they have a crazy fast TPS due to their more centralization. They have a ton of investment from institutional players and companies this seems to be the number one chain for institutions that are layer 1 smart contracts, right?
Yeah.
And so that's their thing, and they kind of started off pretty good with NFTs. They're losing that market share now, but and then you can just go down the list. And for me, I'm just like, what is Chronos going to bring to the table that everybody else isn't already? And the strongest thing behind the crypto coin is that those rewards that you get from using the card. Because before you offered that crypto.com card, there was very little options. And now the tide is turned.
Yeah,
you have a ton. And when crypto.com first came out, it was like, well, you got a debit card? What? Like a stable
actual credit cards.
I mean, technically they're like a gift card.
The crypto.com.
Yeah, it spends like a gift card, except for you load, instead of loading it up with dollars, you load it up with stable coins that you move from your portfolio over to your card. So it was kind of revolutionary. It was a product nobody else had when it came out. But now it's a saturation, and they just cut rewards. So the incentive to stay on there is dwindling. So for me, as on the outside looking in, if I'm an investor looking to get into a project, there's not a lot of sexiness coming out of crypto.com. Well, Algorand. So Stereo 2 said, or Rocco here, he said that what if they partner with FIFA and other sports brands, and you know, kind of like they did for the Staples Center.
They become the sports chain.
But the thing is Algorand just beat them to the punch. And, you know, NFL ain't signing no deals.
They got the UFC.
Now, here's the thing.
They got the NBA.
I'm not saying that Kronos is dead. I'm just saying at the moment right now, due to their roadmap ain't looking good. That's all I'm saying. And and you know what? They have made some big deals. And if they become the partner for the NBA, for example, they already work with the Staples Center. If they became the NBA partner and they facilitate, you know, because right now the Hot Shots NFT line is running on Stacks.
Say Hot Shots?
Yeah.
Talking about Top Shots? NBA
Top Shots, yeah. Hot Shots, yeah. Anyways, the Top Shot, those are on the Stacks blockchain.
Hot Shots.
So Stacks is already kind of in there. And so, but you know what? Money talks. Stacks ain't got as much money as Crypto.com does. And, you know, if Crypto.com's like, hey, man, we'll you know, when does your contract end, as an example? These things don't have to come to fruition right away, but, you know, they could just be the main partner. And maybe they could partner with Stacks. Yeah.
Got a new crypto fan member.
Nunya. Hola. Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
What did you call?
Nunya.
Nunya
business.
Wow.
Now,
what about Phantom?
Phantom?
We like Phantom.
So Phantom's great, man. I think they're gonna be the
shot.
He's so that
Kobe
throwing your water bottle in the trash can was me.
Kobe.
And you didn't call backboard too, by the way.
I didn't use the backboard.
I saw it bounce. So, anyways, FTM, FTM. So Phantom. I think they're going to be the leader in DeFi, man.
What?
I think so.
The leader
man.
in DeFi?
I think so, man.
Wow, that's a bold.
Who do you think is going to be? Okay, let's just say everybody carves their niche out, and you know you have Amazon for online retail. Okay. You have Google for online web search. You have Amazon Web Services for infrastructure on the internet. Who do you think 5 years from now is gonna be the go-to DeFi platform?
Terra Luna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of stablecoins?
Because of stablecoins. Because of Do Kwon. The man is not afraid.
What's their DEX that they use? The one that was pumping?
Damn it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Rocco's gonna find out. Let's while he finds out, let's move on because we're only 2 articles in and it's already 11:30. Rocco, you find that out for us, sir, if you don't mind. Dave +1. When are we going to implement that thing, bro?
Get there.
Come on, man.
Bro, I got
Such a
so
good
much
idea.
crap going on.
Such a good idea. Come on. Let's
You know, I'm
do it. Let's
I'm
do it.
building my greenhouse right now.
You and your freaking greenhouse. All right. Kraken, I mentioned this during our hot take segment. Kraken opens waitlist for forthcoming NFT platform. Now, the Kraken NFT will be a, quote, complete solution for exploring, curating, and securing your NFT collection. The idea is to create a seamless integration for the
Anchor protocol.
Anchor. That was Terra? Yeah. Anchor pumped.
Yeah, Anchor
And they give you like 18% on stablecoin.
Yeah, they give you.
It's
some
juicy,
crazy-
my dude.
Anchor's where it's at. I just think for DeFi, I think it's hot. It's trendy. Terra Luna.
Wait,
you know,
Anchor
it's
as
just
in ANC or Anchor as in ANKR?
ANKR.
No, I think it's ANC.
Is it ANC?
ANC, Rocco?
I think ANKR is Anchor protocol. That's on Terra Luna.
It's ANC.
Oh, which one is ANKR then?
Yeah, it's Anchor Protocol. Terra Luna. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, back to the article about Kraken. The idea is to create a seamless integration for the trading and custody of NFTs. The platform will integrate the buying and selling of NFTs with users' Kraken accounts, which allow traders to execute transactions with cash or crypto. Sellers can list NFTs in any of the fiat or crypto Kraken supports, and buyers can bid in their preferred currency. Kraken also plans to offer creator earnings, which will reward artists with a portion of each secondary market sale price of their NFT. So OpenSea does this kind of where there's a royalty fee and then there's the OpenSea fee. Now, the royalty fee goes to the company, but it doesn't necessarily mean it goes to the artist because it could be two separate things. Sometimes artists are hired to do work for the project and then the team takes over the rest, and the artist, if it's not in contract, doesn't necessarily get any of the money. Kraken apparently wants to change that by directly giving money proceeds from the sales to the creator and the artist. The platform will support built-in tools to analyze and describe the rarity of individual NFTs compared to other tokens in the same collection, something OpenSea does not have. You have to go to something like Rarity.tools or Rarity Sniper to check those. And it's an extra step. So if you can have it all into one platform, it would be great. The platform will support collections across multiple blockchains using a single interface. However, it will only support ETH and Solana at launch with more integrations to come. Robin, what you feeling, my dude?
¿Qué pasó?
Oh, that's the next article. That's going to be a juicy article, by the way. Anyways, we're on Kraken. Robin?
No, it's not. Here's the thing.
Are we going to see more of this?
The bigger companies, as I was kind of alluding to in the beginning, the bigger companies are going to step up and innovate. And that's where we were at on the hot take, was that if OpenSea stays stagnant, I don't care if you're first mover advantage. I don't care if you have the market share right now. If you don't adjust as to the customer's needs, then right now the customer doesn't realize they need that. The same way that you went from the BlackBerry phone to the iPhone, people are like, I don't need a touchscreen. Where's my keypad? Where's my buttons? And here's a company that innovates, and they're like, hey, man, this is better. You just don't realize it yet. And so you have other players that are like, hey, our platform's better. And they're like, well, I'm happy with OpenSea. But like, well, you don't realize why it's better yet. So I guess you're going to see a lot more of that.
I agree. And I think Kraken, they're not as well known, or they're not as branded as, let's say, Coinbase, Binance, or Crypto.com, but it's a solid platform. You can feel comfortable. Their security is among the best in the entire centralized exchange space. And them getting into this, I think it'll help the NFT space. It'll help Kraken, and it'll help OpenSea step up their game. All right, let's move on. Craig Wright. Okay, so he is suing something that's not new to him.
Isn't he always suing?
He's always suing someone, bro. This guy's a straight clown. If you don't know who Craig Wright is, he's the self-proclaimed Satoshi Nakamoto. Says he is the man. He was trying to gain access to Satoshi's wallet. He filed a lawsuit. He was in court in London. They denied his ass, and now he's back. And now he's apparently suing the top exchanges here for promoting fake Bitcoin. This is the man. Just needs a red nose and some makeup, and we're good to go. The Australian computer scientist is suing Coinbase and Kraken for misrepresenting Bitcoin. The long-shot legal action is intended to prevent the two firms from passing off other cryptocurrencies as the real Bitcoin. Example, BTC. This one right here. So he's trying to say that this one right here is the fake Bitcoin. Damn, Bitcoin's tanking. Shit. So he's trying to say this Bitcoin, the number one cryptocurrency in the space, is the fake Bitcoin. And wait till you hear which one he thinks is the real Bitcoin, okay? The claimants want Coinbase and Kraken to stop using the term Bitcoin for offering Bitcoin Core, or as we all know, BTC. Rights intellectual property IP claims also extend to the Bitcoin sign. Wright says he wants to protect consumers from fraud and deception. Wright claims that Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, also known as BSV, which was launched in November 2018 after a falling out with Bitcoin Cash, is the only true Bitcoin. So Bitcoin Satoshi Value, BSV, is the real Bitcoin. The other Bitcoin, which is BTC, is not. And he's doing this to help protect you, the consumer.
You ever see that Multiplicity movie?
This dude is...
Have you ever seen the movie Multiplicity?
No.
Okay, so here's a quick rundown of the movie. Guy, he clones himself.
He clones himself?
Yeah, he clones himself to help out with like chores and stuff. But every time he clones himself, the new clone gets dumber. And so he gets to like number 8. Number 8's just like, So anyways, BSV is a fork of a fork.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar, so Bitcoin Cash basically was an argument between the original Bitcoiners and then the progressive Bitcoiners that are like, hey man, the block size is too small. This thing is not really scalable. Kind of made a good argument, but it messes up. You know, it messed up the vision of the chain, which is funny because he's talking about Satoshi's vision. But anyways, so then they created Bitcoin Cash. And then that is trash, by the way. Nobody uses it. Nobody cares. And it's slowly dwindling away. So that was fail. And then from the Bitcoin Cash, he had his own disagreement with the co-founder of Bitcoin Cash. And lo and behold, he created a BSV. All of these have made these people extremely rich and financially they just gained a lot. And provided nothing.
They stupid.
And so there you go.
This dude is like that annoying family member that you just don't invite to your Thanksgiving dinners, and they just show up anyways. Just go away, man. All right, let's move on. Where are all our Indian friends at? Where's Russell? Where's Mayad? Where's Nishan? Where are you guys at? Because we got Indian news for you. India eyes 20% taxation on DeFi gains. As if 30% wasn't enough, now they're adding another 20% on DeFi. India is looking to extend its crypto taxation to include gains made from decentralized finance activities. The report, citing people familiar with the matter, said that the country's tax department was looking at how it could impose 20% tax on the interest earned by Indians from crypto platforms that aren't based in the country. Why are governments so against people prospering? Why? I know why. It's all about power. If people are independent of your government, they don't need you anymore. They don't need your handouts. They don't need your regulations. They don't need your rules, even though they got to abide by them. And that's threatening to these governments like India. And it's sad, man. It's sad. Anyways. If the plan goes through, Indians would now have to pay taxes on earnings from deposits or trading activities in DeFi. And this is a quote from tax advisory firm Transaction Square. For the tax department, tracking of these transactions is very crucial. the government could slap a 5% additional tax in the form of equalization levy on any transaction where one of the persons is not based in India and has not submitted their PAN card or other tax details. Now, most Indian crypto investors have turned to DeFi after the government's recently imposed 30% tax on all crypto gains, and they're trying to close that loophole again. The draconian taxation led to a fall in trading volumes, centralized exchanges in India, which also led to the largest exchange in the country, WazirX, changing bases to Dubai. My Indian friends, I'm sorry. Robin, what are your thoughts? Let's keep it quick.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, different governments are going to find different places to tax people. You're going to pay taxes regardless. My philosophy is just don't overcomplicate it, because when you overcomplicate it, people find loopholes, right?
True.
And what is it? Amazon hasn't paid taxes in like 8 years or something.
Yeah.
And so if you just simplified everything, there's less, because the more you complicate stuff, the more you can just slide in and people don't realize it. You know, if you have this crazy process for getting accepted or whatever, getting into the club.
Dubai is a freaking hotspot for crypto, man.
Yeah. But yeah, if they just, my philosophy for the longest time is money in, money out, man. Let's just keep it simple.
KISS.
Tax me on the way out.
Remember KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
So yeah, just tax me on the way out, man. Just KYC me on my exchanges. I put in $10,000. I remove nothing this year.
I should not
say I put in $10,000 this year, but I removed nothing this year. I shouldn't pay any taxes, regardless of if I buy and sell 1,000 times. But now, when I remove, if I put in 10,000 and I remove 20,000, then tax me on 10 grand.
Yes.
This I don't understand.
You know what? That is too make sensing.
That's how Las Vegas works. That's why it just makes so much sense to me. I go to a casino. If I go in there with 10 grand, I walk out with 15 grand. I pay taxes on 5 grand.
Better yet, if you play slots and you put in $500 and you hit a $2,000 jackpot, the hand pay that they call them over for isn't for $2,500. It's for $2,000. So when they come and write your IRS slip, it's not for the $2,500 that's in there. It's for the $2,000 you won. Same thing. Why am I getting taxed for money that's already in there, that I put in there, that I already got taxed on? Gosh. All right. We're going to Cuba.
Also, if you come to Vegas, let me tell you something. If you aim for payouts that are less than $1,200, you don't pay taxes on them.
True.
So if you're aiming for, if you're looking for that $1,500, because think of it this way: if you win $1,500 here in Vegas, you're paying taxes on it.
On all of it.
On all of it. And taxes for gamblings is in the highest bracket.
Well, let me tell you something.
You're gonna
and don't think
we're not tax advisors, by the way.
And don't think the IRS doesn't know or won't come after you. I forgot to file my gambling winnings. I won like $2 grand one time. 3 years later, they came back and said, "Hey, why didn't you tell us about your gambling winnings?" I had to pay back $1,100. That was terrible.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and then if you win $1,000. Say you win $1,000, you actually win more money. You'll walk away with more money
than if you won $1,500.
If you win $1,500 because of the taxes paid, versus $1,000 because you don't meet the tax threshold.
Yes.
Can
we move on?
Yeah.
Can we go to Cuba?
We going to Cuba?
Let's go to Cuba.
Let's go to Cuba.
So this was a really cool article for me. And it when I read this article this morning, I kind of got goosebumps because Bitcoin isn't just speculating on investment. It's not just, hey, it's down to 37. I want to buy, get to 40, cash out. For a lot of people around the world, it is literally life-changing. It is what separates them from being poor, living in a life where they're unhappy, they can't afford the necessities, because whether they're sanctioned, whether it's their government being oppressive, and Bitcoin and crypto gives them an avenue to get out of that and not have to depend on anyone else or their government. And that is at the core of why I love crypto and Bitcoin so much. So with that being said,
We got somebody new in the chat. David D. We got another David in the house.
What up, Double D?
Hola! Welcome.
Five
Sin City
spot
Crypto.
Robin. Oh, Russell, did you get the India news, my friend?
David has to know who I am
Said he had to.
because your boy was a straight 5-spot fiend back in the day. Bro.
Okay. Oh, we're talking Keno, yeah.
Oh, it's David Doyle. Hey, what's up, bro? My boy. I didn't mean to blast your name out there, but anyways.
Damn, why are you doxing people, bro? Anyways, Cuban residents turned to crypto in the face of U.S. sanctions and collapsing currency. A recent estimate suggests that more than 100,000 Cubans are now using cryptocurrencies, with the number of residents embracing them growing at an exponential rate, due in large part to the introduction of mobile internet 3 years ago. Bro, the Cuban people didn't have mobile internet up until 3 years ago, man.
Yeah. Do you think they were using the can with the string?
No, that's not funny, man. That's messed up, dude. 3 years for anyways. Some cafe owners even accept payments in store for two of the most well-known digital assets, Bitcoin and Ethereum, as most Cubans cannot utilize internationally accepted credit or debit cards such as Visa or MasterCard because of U.S. sanctions. So these sanctions are essentially cutting them off.
It's so outdated, bro.
From the largest, and these sanctions were from what the government did years ago. And I highlighted this one right here. Cubans are increasingly adopting Bitcoin in the face of dictatorship, a collapsing currency, financial restrictions, and an embargo that otherwise prevents them from connecting with the U.S. economy. So, man, Bitcoin, crypto, it's not just for making money. It's not just as a store of value. It is literally giving people a lifeline. So that's what I got to say to this one.
Yeah, in the U.S. sanctions on Cuba, I think they're so outdated. I mean, this comes back from Cold War days. What was it, in the 80s or was it early 90s? Not exactly sure the time dates, but you had it was the Cuban Missile Crisis. So Russia parked a bunch of nukes over in Cuba.
Yeah.
U.S. found out about it, and they sanctioned them. Basically, they excommunicated them from the global system, which is the reason you can't get Cuban cigars here in the U.S.
Yep.
Is basically just face value. It's illegal to trade goods with Cuba here in the U.S. And the sad part is that prior to that, we were trade partners, and so Cuba relied on us. And so much has changed. Obviously, Russia now Cuba's regime. They had Fidel Castro forever. That terrible political system. I'll just say that. But the thing is you're not you're hurting the people there. And so for me, it's like I don't understand why we still have the trade embargo with Cuba. I don't understand. It's time to move on. And these are our neighbors. They're our friends. And you know what?
There's a lot of Cubans living in the U.S., man.
Yeah, man.
And they are and they love America. They love everything America stands for. And they do everything. I have a lot of friends that are Cuban that live in the U.S., have lived in Cuba, have family in Cuba. Like, they love the U.S. and they dislike their own government. But it's like at some point, you got to do something for yourself because you're not getting any help from the U.S. You're not getting help from your own government. So they're taking it in their own hands and they're using cryptocurrency to do it.
But you can see over and over, there's example after example where citizens get fed up with the government system and they take the finances into their own hands. And there you go. Crypto is the one of the best tools for that. So
yeah. Russell said his cat's been very sick. Russell, we hope your cat gets better. All right.
I'm a big cat guy.
I'm not a big cat guy because I'm allergic to them. And I've literally met one cat that's friendly. That's it. The rest are like, get away from me. Anyways, there's one more article I want to talk about. Then we're going to get into our market analysis. Investment management firm VanEck launches an NFT collection. So if you're not familiar with VanEck, they are an investment management firm that has a spot or a futures ETF, and they're trying to do a spot ETF. And now apparently they're launching their own NFT collection. Now, you want to talk about cash grab, my friend? This is 100% cash grab. VanEck plans to release a collection of 1,000 NFTs called the VanEck Community NFT. It will revolve around a caricature of Alexander Hamilton named Hammy, as he explores past, present, and future financial policy. The purpose of the collection is to demonstrate real-world utility for digital assets, to provide community for Van Eck investors, and to educate holders on the crypto space. This is a quote from the NFT co-founder from Van Eck. Our NFTs will all feature eye-popping 3D avatars and narrative-style videos that will help create a real sense of story and spur discussion, debate, and community. He goes on to say, our character, Hammy, is going to be an outstanding guide for anyone interested in seeing the past, present, and future of finance unfold. Even though it sounds like a cool idea. Each level will afford the owner more special access to Van Eck events, digital asset research, and other exclusive benefits. So, Robin?
You think it's a money grab?
I think so.
I mean, I feel like they're more legitimate. They're going to be more responsible with the NFT rollout than, say, five guys in a garage that are trying to, build a community, like calling all their friends, like, hey man, can you spam the Discord? Can you set this up? Like, I feel like real companies and real players with financial backing getting into an NFT space, I feel like is more responsible for the growth. I feel like they'll handle other people's money more responsibly because that's literally what they do. And so if you're a new startup and you came from median salary and all of a sudden you come across millions of dollars, you think, what do you think is going to happen?
A lot.
And so for me, I think it's great that big financial institutions are getting behind NFTs because I feel more comfortable with them running the damn thing than a bunch of guys that got together that are like, hey man, if we launch our own NFT, we could be rich. Because the rich bill, that's not a great recipe. Quick shout out to Maddie Chris. Got your message deleted, so I don't know what you said. But hola!
Yeah, he was shilling coins.
Welcome to the non-shilling coin.
Don't worry,
entertainment
D-Fib.
channel.
I got you, bro. I got you. All right, we're done with our talking points. We are now moving on to my favorite segment, and you already know why. The market analysis. So, Robin, for those that don't know why this is my favorite segment, would you mind reminding them?
Probably because I stay quiet during the
Yes,
segment.
precisely. Ding, 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 ding. You are the winner of being quiet. I'll let you speak. Let's say one thing, all right?
All right, I got a quick story I got to tell you, though.
You are.
I'm
Okay,
jo- I'm
do
joking.
it before I get into it. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I actually don't have a story. It was
Okay.
a joke. I mean, I can make up one. I mean,
I'm sure you can. All right. Let's look at. So I briefly pulled up the Bitcoin chart when I was talking about it, and we have broken under 38,000, 37.7. Let's look at. I'm curious to see what the Nasdaq's doing. Is the Nasdaq tanking? And it is not tanking. So the Nasdaq is actually up 23 points right now. And we always talk about the correlation between Bitcoin and Nasdaq. Well, here you go. Bitcoin's tanking, Nasdaq is not. Something must have happened. And then everything else following right along. You got ETH at 27.80. XRP still up. Terra Luna still up. And then, yeah. Anyways, let's look at a metric I pulled up for you guys. So this is the exchange net position on all centralized exchanges. So green means more money is flowing into exchanges. Red means more money is flowing out of exchanges. Now, what I want to focus on, this little segment here. So this was back in August of 2020 through December 2020. You can see this large gap of money going out of exchanges. Now, I want you to remember that timeline. August 2020, December 2020, okay? Now let's look at where we are today. If I zoom in here to today, and if I zoom in even closer, right? So this is from beginning of March till today. Big red bars. So we haven't seen money moving into exchanges on a net basis since the beginning of March. Now, let's go look at the Bitcoin chart and let's see what happened from August 2020 to December 2020. And we can kind of get an idea of what could possibly happen with Bitcoin in the same time frame with today and what's going on in the exchange balance. So if we go here, August 2020. So let's take our little ruler here. It gives us a good measurement of how much we've gained or lost in the market. And if I go all the way up to December, so we saw an 80% rise in the price of Bitcoin from when we saw that 4 months of just money leaving, Bitcoin leaving exchanges. Now, if we zoom in to where we're at now, and let me hide my drawings here. So beginning of March, since the beginning of March, we have lost 15% on Bitcoin. So we saw a small decrease back in August of 2020, right? We saw a small dip down here, and then we saw a big run up. Will we see the same thing? I don't know. You got to remember, back in August, it was 5 months after the pandemic. Everything started subsiding. The markets that were coming back. So the macro environment was, I don't want to say fully positive, but definitely more positive than where we are now. So with Bitcoin holding over $37,000, right? It was over 30 for a while. Holding over $37,000 in the current macro state, the sentiment of the entire economy of the world, I think is extremely bullish. Because if this was back before 2020, when everything was green skies and everyone was excited and people were making money in the stock market, we would have seen all-time highs on Bitcoin. Doesn't mean we won't, but again, you got to look at not just micro, you got to look at macro, and not just the crypto markets, but the overall markets in general. Now, let's look at, I wanted to do look at the ETH chart and see what's going on here. So with ETH, I want to go to the 4-hour chart, and I want to show you a pattern I found on here. So on the 4-hour chart, we see a nice falling wedge, which typically break to the upside. And then on the daily chart, we see my favorite, a bull flag. So with bull flags, you see a big run up and then lower lows, lower highs, and these tend to break to the upside. So you have a bullish pattern on the 4-hour time frame. You have a bullish pattern on the 1-day time frame. But again, you saw with Solana, even Forrest came on here and said it's a great time to buy Solana at $95. Solana network shut down and the price went in the gutter. Same thing can happen with ETH. Even though these patterns are predicting we will see a break to the upside, anything can happen with news, the Fed rate hike, the CPI report coming out, whatever the case may be. By the way, when is the CPI report supposed to come out? On the 6th or 7th? Do you know?
I'm not exactly sure. Tomorrow, the Fed rate hike announcement comes out. So tomorrow we'll know what the basis
whether it's
point
50 or
is.
75.
It should be 50,
Yeah.
50 basis points.
Now, I want to look at Algorand, okay? And where did I put out? Right here. So Algorand, we talked about the big pump it saw because of the FIFA news. And this level right here, the 67-cent level, has been huge support for Algorand going all the way back to 2021 and even a key level back in 2020. Now, we broke under it, and then off the FIFA news, we broke above it. But to me, this is, if I hide this, or if I just get rid of this, when you see a long wick, so to me, this is bearish. Even though you see a big green candle, because what this tells me is volume is there, hype was there, news was there. It got all the way up to 74 cents, but there was enough selling pressure to bring the price back down to 67 cents. And this small move right here, you're talking about 9% on the day from its all-time high today off of this huge news with FIFA. So that just tells you, if you focus in on single candles and even a little cluster of candles, it tells you a story. And the story this one candle tells me is that no amount of hype, the biggest news for Algorand, the most bullish, can maintain and kickstart it into an uptrend. I think Algorand's going to come crashing back down, and I'm not going to say crashing because I don't think it's going to be a huge move, but there's a ton of sell pressure on Algorand and just overall in the crypto market.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Algorand get a resurgence when the World Cup starts, which is this summer, right?
Yes, it should start actually in a couple months.
Yeah,
In a month. June usually when the World Cup starts.
I know it's every 4 years, but I know the last World Cup that was
2018.
Yeah, it should
Started
be,
in June, I believe.
What is it? Yeah, it's 4 years, so it should be. I think it's coming up this year, right?
2022, yeah.
Yeah.
Qatar.
You know what I'm excited about? The what, Italy.
Italia, huh?
I remember when you guys won. I remember when Italy won the World Cup.
Has always been a boring soccer team, though.
What?
Yeah.
Go over there and smack him right now,
Bro,
man.
they've always just been this boring defensive team. They're like the...
They had a bunch of strikers, bro. Get out of here. You don't even watch soccer, man.
Okay, I'm talking about the last 10 years. You think? And boring.
Anyways, yeah, they
You know who hasn't been boring?
Actually,
Germany hasn't been
when
boring.
they won, what was it? They won the France.
I'm done with the chart, by the way.
You know what I do?
What?
Is it bond fee or pan fee? Anyways, it's the brand that they have these stickers and they have the World Cup book and Panini, yeah. So yeah.
Bond fee.
Anyways, so I always collect those, man. And you know what? The last World Cup, I was going to meetups to trade the cards. So I would have like the holographic ones, and I'm like, hey man, I need that other sticker, and I put them in the book, and it was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
I love that. It is a European thing, but
Okay, and then one last thing before we sign off. So I got crypto stackers pulled up here, and I got Algorand. And so I put the margin pressure levels on, and I took the last local high we had back in February of this year. And you can see, like, I mean, this dude's software. And you got to remember, Forrest literally built this himself. All the code, everything this man built himself. And so you can see perfectly wicked down to 1x short, perfectly wicked up to 2x short. So this little channel right here, if you wanted to make some money on a swing trade, I would have shorted Algorand at 73 cents and rebuy back at 55 cents. So
I'm telling you, man, when the World Cup comes out, watch out for Algorand, bro. When does it start? Yeah,
June.
Is it June?
Got to be June.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I'm done. We're done.
Because they're not gonna wait 4 years, bro. I'm telling you, FIFA's not gonna wait 4 years to make money because their biggest revenue stream is the World Cup, and that's coming up in a few months. They just signed the Algorand deal. They're gonna roll out something to monetize. So there you go. What do we got? Oh man. Did they come out with the book yet? Is the book out yet? Because I'm gonna get one, and then maybe we can. See, I should have 4 years.
If you're a soccer or a football fan, they got
a blockchain one. What? See, this is my jam right here, bro. I'm telling you, I'm a big avid collector of this. I got all the books from like the last 4.
You're a big avid collector.
No, I am. Honestly,
bring your collection in there.
I'll bring my book. I'll bring my book tomorrow.
Docs in your ass.
But yeah, I have all the different. I never complete them all though. That's the thing. I never get the full collection because you gotta keep buying packs of cards over and over again. I hope I didn't throw it away, man.
Oh shit! The World Cup starts. Damn.
When?
November? It's kind of weird. Is it because the country? It's probably a southern hemisphere.
Yeah, when they were in Brazil, people were just like passing out, man. It was like super hot down there.
Can you imagine a Vegas in the summer World Cup? Yeah, so November 21st, World Cup 2020.
So do they have the book out yet?
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. We're done with our show. Roll the outro. We got a lot of work to do. We got filming. We got studying. We got researching. And yeah. Thank you guys so much. We hope you enjoy the content today and every day. If you haven't checked out our deep dive on Theta, go watch it. It's absolutely amazing. Share with your friends. We are growing fast. We're happy to have you growing with us. On behalf of myself, Robin, and Rocco, we love you, and we will see you tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Vegas time. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D's turn into Rabuchon. Kick my feet up, drink leader, smoke on a new strong. Couple margaritas, senoritas, I goof off. I got 16 missed calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D's turn into Rabuchon. Kick my feet up, drink leader, smoke on a new strong. Couple margaritas, senoritas, I goof off. Smoking on a island, say she wanna ride with me. Took her on a flight, said all her bags from Italy. I sent her with a friend, they shopping there religiously. Whoa, whoa, yeah. You say she love me, but that's when she rockin' Prada bag. Said she ready for the next step, whoa, not so fast. Slow down, slow down, slow down, girl, don't you crash. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Cause we can mess up that pretty face, but we can fuck up that pretty lady. Tryna kiss up, I'm in your place. Man, this shit so crazy. Never thought I'd be doing shit like this again. Put that effort in, girl, then I repay you. Crash that thing out the park, now I feel like Babe Ruth, baby. This shit I can't do, baby. No, I can't move, baby. Nothing I can't prove, baby. I got 16 missed calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D's turn into Rabuchon. Kick my feet up, drink leader, smoke on a new strong. Couple margaritas, senoritas, I goof off. I got 16 missed calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D's turn into Rabuchon. Kick my feet up, drink leader, smoke on a new strong. Couple margaritas, senoritas, I goof off. Question marks along your brain, wonder if you should try again. Look at me inside your braces. Can't focus when we face to face. Plenty things I could go say. Name a place I go and pay it. Said she want no boo. Been around the world, plenty things I can show you. Taking flights to GA for our soul food. Gotta pay 1K for